Hello everybody, it's Sifd again, and today I'm going to be playing Roguelords, the closed beta version. The game is a turn-based combat roguelike, with the difference being that you are the devil, and you have like evil minions below you that are your main units, your heroes so to speak. And because you're the devil, you can actually pretty much cheat. You have a bunch of abilities and powers that are extremely broken, like healing your allies mid-combat, or removing enemy life, or debuffs, or buffs, or whatever you want. You can change some things, obviously within the rules of the game, but still, it feels like cheating. Anyway, let's begin right away. I haven't played the game at all.
Many moons ago, mortals rose up against me and chased me down. They were led by demon hunters. Wretched beings, incapable of seeing the beauty of a corrupted world. My creatures and demons gave everything they had in the fight, but it was not enough. I was forced to leave the world of the living. Weakened, I returned to hell to survive. For years I consumed fresh souls to regain my power, but their numbers are fast diminishing. I cannot wait anymore. I must reclaim my rightful place. It is time to gather my forces once more. Those who signed a pact with me will do as I order. They will spread terror and corruption in my name. The time has come for my revenge.
Let's see if there is more story to this. As you can see, there is voice acting and story mode too, so that's a big difference of some roguelikes. Welcome to your fortress. From here on, launch adventures from the map of the new world, read out servants' charts, disciples, follow your progress in Altar of Conquest. So I will be doing the tutorial.
Disciples left to send to the surface. My influence is a mere shadow of what it was before. I must assemble my followers.
Here you find everything you need to know about the disciples with whom who sealed pacts, including combat characteristics, social characteristics, skills and relics. Only unlocked disciples will be shown and can be selected for adventures.
I don't have many disciples left to send to the surface. My influence is a mere shadow of what it was before. I must
Whoops. Whoops. There goes that.
I don't have many disciples.
Okay, he's gonna say
send.
the same thing.
Dear Count Dracula. Dear Count Dracula.
Okay, I'm
The centuries
gonna
have
not
dampened his rage, but not his cruelty. His taste for the theatrical.
Okay. We got voice acting, as you can see, on a bunch of places. I think the sound is a bit too loud. Let's maybe reduce it just a bit. Hopefully that's not gonna be too much. Hopefully things are still audible. I see the sound still seems to be a bit too loud. Let's make sure we don't... Yeah, I think that's okay though. Hope that's okay. Let's go. The map depicts the world, the new world. The demon hunter put an end to your reign this region 10 years ago. It's here that you'll choose missions for your disciples. Okay. The further you progress in the game, the stronger your adversaries become, and the overall difficulty of the game increases. For the moment, your adversaries are weak, so take advantage of it and hit hard. Okay, so my enemies are weak right now. Let's maybe reduce the sound a bit more. We will see. Difficult 1, enemies have +0 anything, expected meetings per book, and chances. Take care of the beginning of first mission, the Awakening.
Many years ago, I was banished from the terrestrial plane by Van Helsing
Story
and his
time.
demon hunters. Since then, I have reigned over hell while awaiting the hour of my return. But things are changing. The souls of the deceased no longer descend into hell. Have humans become more virtuous? Or is there a new force conspiring to usurp my power?
A lot of reading.
I recall into service my disciples, powerful beings who once made a pact with me. They can move freely in this region called the New World, where I was undone by Van Helsing. They will find him and exact my revenge upon him.
More revenge upon. As you can see, there are a lot of characters that are gonna get unlocked. Random. Let's pick Bloody Mary as that's forced. So because it's the tutorial, there will be a lot of things being forced on me. I will try to go through as fast as possible, other than the voice acting that I cannot really control. Control a group of disciples and choose one to represent the group. You navigate from zone to zone by choosing your route on the map. You have to complete the main activity in a zone before you move to the next one. Is it like, let's point and click, okay. Let's maybe make the sound a bit less, actually maybe the voice is only like over here. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, if this sounds extremely bad, just comment about it and I will fix it on the next video after I'm done with the tutorial.
Link with my disciples, I become aware of the situation in the new world. The demon hunters have increased their hold on the population. They are everywhere, on the roads, in the villages, patrolling and imposing a summary justice. On the other hand, no one has heard of the 6 artifacts stolen from me by Van Helsing during our last confrontation. If he is using them, he does not boast of it. My attention is drawn towards a new religion. The Sanctualumen, as it is called, is increasing its hold on humans. My disciples decide to go to one of its sanctuaries in order to learn more.
Okay, first of all, I like the painting over here. It was happening almost real time. Click on the map to consult it. The bookmark shows the zones, the path, and 2 chapters. It's also shown you a special effect that might affect certain zones during gameplay. The first zone in each book is always combat. Okay. Close the map to minimize. Oh, the map's pretty huge, I have to say. Pretty big. And however, over the mouse to see the zone detail. Okay. Classic. Go to the Lumen Sanctuary to investigate. So, as I know, yeah, the moment you touch those icons, you don't get transported into battle, but you get cut off from your previous zone, and then you go to the area of battle. This is just a tidbit more exciting. Wait a second, I will explain. Diabolical Essence is your main resource. When you run out, you lose. Essence can be lost during combat or used to boost your influence over the world of mortals. Suits can be won during combat or events. They can be traded on the Grim Reaper to obtain skills. Increase the rarity of skills you already have. So souls is our goal, pretty much, and this is our life. As you accumulate events and combats, the terror you inspire grows. This bar here, each increase use a terror effect on the zones on a subsequent night and gives you advantages. For every 4 increases, you move up a notch, permanently improving your chance to obtain higher rarity skills, and you receive a relic. Okay, let's get into combat. Yeah, this whole area here is just fluff, and it's nice that they added it instead of, you know, just clicking on the next area and going through. They just added this thing too. It forces me, I think it forces me to go into this. Let's go for this. Let's unlock a skill. You have to choose before you get into fight what reward you want to get. I don't know why that's the case. Beginning of combat each turn, your enemies announce the actions. As always with turn-based combat, you have 5 action points to share among your disciples in order to throw their attack. Once you're finished, your enemies play their announced actions, then a turn begins. So it's we attack, then they attack. Select Bloody Mary. I'm forced to use a stabbing. Bloodthirsty with a bloodthirsty keyword. As you can see, the keywords are to the top right of the ability, and of the very top right you can see the cost. So this cost 2 has the bloodthirsty ability, which is this skill can only target the adversary with the least HP, so the only one that is there. He's gonna attack for 10, as you can see. All combatants have 2 gauges of health, 1 physical and 1 spiritual. Inflicting physical damage reduces the red one, inflicting spiritual the blue one. To defeat an enemy, you must reduce their health points in either one of those, and then inflict the same amount of damage one last time to finish them off. So they are not gonna go down instantly is what it's saying. Let's go with the bleeding start. Survival. If Dracula is vulnerable, this effect of the skill replaces a second time. So pretty much no ability here. Still attacking. When you use a skill, you depleted its charge, and it can be used again until it has been recharged. Each disciple possesses a recharge action that replenishes all the skills. Recharge actions vary from one disciple to another. For example, some have bonus effects or change their cost. For example, this is for 2 mana, recharge all disciple skills. I cannot showcase the rest, but because I'm still in the tutorial. So now everybody got back his abilities, although I would obviously not do that. A thing to remember is that life is only relevant within the one combat you are in. So I do not need to care about my life. When an enemy is reduced to 0 health points or 0 spiritual points, they do not die. You have to administer a death strike by inflicting damage on the same god. Disciples are also subject to vulnerability status, but they do not die when they receive a death blow. Instead, you consume diabolical essence to keep them alive so that they can complete their mission. So yeah, these disciples will never die. I will just lose my diabolical essence. Let's go with the second stab, as requested from the game. And the crossbow hunter is down, and we got the dancing of my little headless horseman. Each type of activity has its own set of specifications. At the end of combat, you receive reward depending on your choices before the combat. You will regularly have a choice of 3 elements during rewards. Choose one. Okay, so I can... am I forced? No, I can pick whatever I want. I can either go with reduces the impending attack by 2, so make enemies a lot worse. Not a lot, maybe mediocre worse. Inflict. This is for 1 energy though, that's nice. Inflict 2 times 5 to 8 damage. As you can see in this game, the damage is randomized. And then the same thing, but for less energy. So this is pretty much 10 to 16, while this is 4 to 6. The difference of 1 energy. Let's go with the damage. Oh, this is all enemies. Yeah, let's go with the damage for sure. This is like extremely better than this. And I have also to equip the skills in my skill slots. Not all enemy, or not, yeah, we cannot have more than 5 skills right now, and I think later on you can upgrade. You see, the moment I touch that, the mist came in. Is that a bug? The mist came in, and I can no longer go back. Can I be the... I would like to be the vampire. Some zones have an extra activity. It is optional and can be carried out before or after the main activity. How's this activity? This is an optional combat. And let's get another skill as the game forces us. I think the game forces us. I'm not even gonna try. I would choose the skill regardless. What is this? Martyr. This does not look like a good guy. There are several ways to reduce inflict damage with skills that increase diminishing. Skills that immediately diminish imminent effect. Oh, to reduce inflict damage. The status that protect your disciples or negative effects from enemies. Select Mary. Mary is bloodthirsty, which translates to physical skill that can only target the weakest adversary. Mary also possesses a mirror that she places in front of the enemy of her choice when she recharges. Once her mirror is in place, all the skills she plays are reproduced on the mirror target. So, Cursed Mary mirror, Cursed mirror on the target. Let's play the mirror as I'm forced to. Let's put it over here at the Inquisitor. So now Bloody Mary's attack are reproduced on the enemy in front of the mirror. So whoever I am gonna attack, let's do this. Select an enemy as a target. Obviously not this guy, because it's gonna reproduce on him, right? Am I not understanding? Oh, is it gonna double it? I think it doubled it. Select stab on him because I'm forced to. Was this also forced? This was not forced. This is forced. So that should attack him twice. 7 to 12 twice, right? Yes, it happened again. It was that swirl thing. And my turn. So now I'm gonna get hit a bit. 5 and 5. 7. I'm preparing. Yeah, priestess is doing nothing. Very nice. Pretty sure I can. Can I play freely? Nope. The Headless Horseman is a battle-hardened soldier who can take blows and diminish them out. He dishes them out. He gets reduction in damage and provocation status that allows him to redirect attacks to himself. When he suffers damage, his bitterness increases. At its maximum, his bitterness enables him to launch extra opponent skills. Is that bitterness passive somewhere? I guess. Each time the Headless Horseman suffers damage, increase the charge by 1. Okay. Let's go with the Horseman. Let's go with Provocation here. And Guard. Provocation, only the Horde of this status effect can be targeted and reduces the HP and HP suffered by 4. So now he will take 4 less from each attack he can take. Certain effects allow you to apply status to a character. These can have a number of characters or duration in turns, charges, or if they have charges, then they lose 1 charge each time they are triggered. If they have a duration, then they can be launched several times as long as they are active. Okay, There are 6 stats types: enchantment, protection, cure, maneuver, control, and weakness. A character can hold only one status of each type, so the color is actually important. If another status of the same type is applied, it replaces the first. If it's the same, its duration number of charges increases. So if I somehow get another blue buff, I will lose the shell. That's what I'm understanding. Apply 1 bleed. Select this enemy as a target. So now he's vulnerable and also bleeding. Bleeding will kill the enemy in the end of the round, I'm pretty sure. Yep, he's down. I got hit for 6 and 6 instead of... He just buffed himself. And the enemy destroyed us. Okay. Dracula. He's a leader of men and was once a bloodthirsty warrior. He has earned his longevity by being extremely cautious in potential deadly situations. This experience has given him a number of skills that benefit his whole team. But when he becomes vulnerable, the warrior reawakens and some of his skills become devastating. Select Dracula. What's this? Sharpening 2 and Vampirism 2. Vampirism means that he heals 3 to 5 each time the holder inflicts physical damage, and sharpening means plus 4 HP from the skills. Okay then, buff himself. Now he will heal and go into devil mode. The devil isn't held back by the same rules as mortals. He can cheat the interface. This allows him to modify the health point of spiritual point gauges, recharge skills, move stats around. The only limit to his powers is at the cost of the Butterbollocks essence. One of your devil powers allows you to move stats between combatants. To do so, grab one of the combatant statuses under its HP and SP gauge and drag it under the gauge of combat you want to give it to. What do you have? Reduces the loss of HP by 6. Give me this thing and give it to Dracula.
I am irresistible.
It's gonna cost us 5 life. Slide this guy to 0. Okay, as you can see, cheating has begun. Also 5 life. So we lost 10 life to pretty much destroy the enemies. Inflict 7 to 10, but this is gonna happen twice. Why would I do it to this guy? Well, whatever. As you wish, game. As you wish. Why? Okay. When a disciple is vulnerable and about to suffer damage, the devil protects it at the cost of as many diabolical essence as inflicted damage. If the disciple is not vulnerable and about to suffer more damage than its current HP or SP, the damage surplus is cancelled. Okay, so if I have 5 HP and get hit for 20, I just get hit for 5. But if I'm at 0, then I lose my diabolical essence. However, an attack and hitting several times counts as many damage application exactly. So if the enemy attacks us 5 times for 2 and I only have 2 life, the first 2 will get blocked and then the other 8 damage is gonna go through. Finish the fight by my own means. Steel, who are you attacking? Dracula. You know, let's just play it safe. Can I heal? Steal HP. Yeah, let's steal some HP. Now he's almost full. Now you can also steal some HP. And do we have a simple attack? Yeah. And he's toast.
Couldn't have ended any.
Does not seem like an... Again, I think he would be a unit with our army, not the enemy. Skills have 3 levels of rarity: ordinary, wicked, and demonic. When you obtain a skill for the 3rd time, the 3 focus fuse together to form a skill with the next level. Afterwards, you discover a skill with the high rarity of the same disciple. Nice. So I have the stabbing and the slashing 2 times on these characters. So when I pick this up, instead of gaining a 3rd one, I will combine them into a new one. But because I will lose a skill at that point, I had 2 before. If you think about it, I would have 2. And instead of going to 3, I go back to 1. I will get a free new skill for that character. So you don't lose skills by upgrading skills. So I can either do this to do double damage pretty much, or this to apply to bleeding and also almost do double damage. And the stab can also be upgraded. Let's upgrade the stab. I don't know. Random thought. Now they combine. Let's place it on an open slot. This one. I'm forced to place it on this one. Okay, game. Okay, game. As you wish. And then I can choose a skill that is already level 2. So leveling up is extremely important. Target all allies. Apply sharpening 3, so damage buff and recharge to random skills. Ooh, That's nice. Spirit of the Night. Inflict 2 times for... I will not go for SP damage. Let's go full on HP damage. Evolution. Inflict 1 enemy. Inflict a bunch of damage and 3 could decompose. At the beginning at the beginning and end of the turn, lose HP is the composition. Oh, that's nice. Survival links. If Dracula is vulnerable, the effect of this skill repeats a second time. Wow, this seems like extremely powerful. I think this is gonna destroy enemies, so let's destroy enemies. And let's continue. I'm already thinking about how much damage these things do, although I don't even know the damage numbers and the life numbers on the enemies. You can smell the noxious waters of the Styx before the source. Learn more about the area. The water of Styx bubble up in the form of fountains in the world. You can use its waters to regenerate your diabolical essence or purge your disciples' negative traits. You can only withdraw energy from the source 1 time. Your disciples assemble around the altar waiting for your orders. I don't have negative traits, it seems. Let's go for 20 essence. So now I am full again. It looks like the sound is okay. Once in a while it goes high and then it goes low again. Let's go into event. This is an event, right? Activity, whatever. Yeah, it's an event. Main activity completing gets active unlocks access to falling zones. Choose a disciple. Select a disciple. Am I forced or... Yeah, I'm forced again. I didn't read what there was. Anyway. I think, okay, what there was, you can go back and pause, but I will explain retroactively. Depending on who you choose, you will get different rewards for each character you choose. Your disciple stumble upon a young man shooting a straw target with a crossbow. He started when he notices them and points his weapon direction. You are, I recognize you. My master told me about you. You are the evil's emissary. The evil's devils. I'm going to annihilate you and become a legend of my own. I'll be greatest demon hunter ever. Despite his boasting, the kid can barely hide the fact that he's shaking in his boots. You could almost feel sorry for him, but his naivety annoys you. There must be... Oh, look at this background movement. I really like background movement. There must be a way to use them for your advantage. Look at the scene. This kid already defends himself with the new Van Helsing, even though he never looked evil in this fight a minute to 2 minutes ago. The time has come to let him taste the secret horrors only you know. Headless Horseman looks up at the kid and dawns suspiciously. An event unfolds, you will have to make... As events unfold, you will have to make choices that influence how the story progresses and the rewards you receive. Certain actions are social tests, and passing them depends on the disciple's characteristics. The action that require a test have greater potential, but unless you cheat, you take the risk of failing them. Unless you cheat. Let's go into devil mode. Yeah, let's terrorize him. For 5. If I do that, can I? Okay, this is also for 5, and then maybe even higher. No. Am I forced to do that now that I did it? Okay, let's go with this. Let's go with terrorize this guy 100% of the time. Look at this guy, he's the terror incarnate. He's dressed up really good. Headless Horseman infiltrates the apprentice's mind to make his worst nightmare come true. Shadows creatures begin crawling off the ground, him on the skin. Anything goes when it comes to accomplishing my mission, even magic. And at my age, I'm very hard to impress. Congratulations. So there popped something up here for half a second. It's a soldier's duty to master weapons, so it's awesome. So I got imposing +2 scale and +10 max point. And Dracula also become got 4 max XP, 4 max spiritual points. Physical damage, nice, and spiritual, very nice. And he got obstinate occultism. Headless Horseman received the following trait: occultism +2 max health and max spiritual points. So one of these 3 rewards was the one I had to choose in the beginning. I don't know which, because I skipped it by mistake. Disciples sometimes react after some social tests, depending on their temper. Each disciple has more or less chances to react positively. Reaction can either only involve the disciple who just passed the test, or be conversation with another member of the team. Actions generate a trait for at least one of the participants, either positive or negative, depending on their nature. Livid with terror, the apprentice hunter tries to kill him, but they are only illusions and he can't even touch them. Finally, he falls onto the knees before the disciple. Have pity, make them stop. I'll do whatever you want. He's at Headless Horseman mercy. Choose an action. Force him to betray the demon hunter, send him off to share his nightmares with other humans. Let's force him to betray. Explains to him that the only way to creatures disciple and killing are the demon hunters. Without a second hesitation, the apprentice takes off, running for the closest demon hunter refugee. It won't be long before the souls of those at your upstairs are among the subjects. They got 300 souls. Plus one. This is the trait we had to choose from. So he got 3 traits: plus 1 physical damage, plus 15 spiritual points. Traits are permanent and affect the social and combat characteristics of the disciple who obtains them. Your disciples can also receive negative traits when they fail social tests or show negative reactions during events. Negative traits can be purged in the fonts of the sticks. Open the spellbook. The main page of the spellbook shows you the current state of the disciples, including the skills, combat skills, etc. The devil. On the second page, the spellbook shows you the relics you possess that are not linked to specific disciple and details. I don't have relics, I don't have other relics, but I have the abilities that I can do. As you can see here, healing costs 4, healing costs 1, healing 4 costs 1 of each currency, removing vulnerability, so healing from death's door is 4, move a status is 5, recharge a skill is 3, oh I can recharge skills, add the subscribe 30% chance of success, 5, create a portal 6, it will show us, replace 1 secondary, it will show all of this. Let's go. Next zone is a forced shop, I think. This is the Grim Reaper, this is the shop. Secret meeting place, hidden from the mortals. Your disciple meet with the Grim Reaper. It's time to do some business. Numerous eyes observe from the underneath of Grim Reaper's hood. Oh, numerous eyes, okay. You have no idea what he does with all the souls you collect, but as long as he respects the deals he makes with you, it's not your concern.
Ah, a conductor of souls.
Conductor of souls.
All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
Okay, the Grim Reaper offers you skills and relics and chains of souls. You can also increase the variety of a skill that you already possess, but to do so he needs to keep it until you find him again. Okay, first of all, here are how many souls you have, thank you. I will buy both skills that are actually straight up upgrades. You can see this a little arrow. So let's get the upgrades going. Whoop. Okay, equip it here and give me another skill. That's how it works, right? Yeah, Steel 2. Mastery means this costs 5 bitterness, so he has to get attacked a bunch of times. Remove a protection, I'm guessing for the enemy. Yeah, all enemies. Remove protection from all enemies and plus 2 damage to all allies. This also costs 5 bitterness. And this does not cost bitterness for once. This is the skill I just got, I think. So this is just a slash that does a bunch of damage and bleed. Because these need mastery, I will go for this thing. Now I have it twice. If I find the same version one more time, I'll most likely have a golden version of that. What do you want? And then I can also get a golden version of a second skill. So it's really good to try to get golden skills as I understand it. What is this? Buy a relic. The holder begins combat with 2 haste. Haste is automatically recharge the skill used twice. And this is a relic that always goes to Bloody Mary. Even more than skills, relics are powerful assets that help you progress. Though they can be obtained from the Grim Reaper and during combat events, the surest way to get them is by defeating elite adversaries. As always. As always, hunt elites for relics. One way to upgrade the rarity of a skill is to leave it to the Grim Reaper. The skill you leave will not be in your disciple's inventory anymore. You can find a reminder of that skill next to the minimap. The Grim Reaper will return the next upgrade of your beginning. Okay, upgrade the skill. Which skill am I most likely not gonna use, but actually want upgraded? I would say the explosion. Is this the explosion? All enemies, a bunch of damage. I think this is the explosion. Yeah, let's let the explosion on him so that we get it back later. Okay, confirm. And let's also buy this. Hopefully the game is not forcing me to leave game. I hate you. Well, let's continue. At least it left me to choose what skill I wanted. Okay, so this is right here. Sanctuary, book chapter, that is story mode.
My disciples enter the Sanctualumen Sanctuary and determine that it has well and truly replaced the old religions. Priest and warrior monks train to fight the creatures of the night. Vampires and werewolves rot in silver cages. My disciples swoop upon this new enemy, and soon lifeless bodies litter the sanctuary's floor. A handful of survivors are charged with spreading the word of my return. We then leave for the last known bastion of Van Helsing.
Let's go fight Van Helsing. I really like the painting of these while the reading is happening. There is a lot of nice aesthetics in this game. So we can either go to an event or to another fight. As far as I know, fights give you skills while events give you passives. So let's go for the event. Although, you know what? I know that the game is... Let's meta play. I'm gonna do a meta play here. And see if this is gonna pan out. There is a chance it's not gonna pan out, but... yeah, let's try it. I got an idea about what I want to do. Disciples observe numerous footprints in the mud. As they approach, they can sense that their force is going to be prevailed. On arrival in the zone, the relics in your store are deactivated until you leave the zone. Okay. That's gonna happen in that area.
The humans in these
Open them
lands will learn what despair
See,
is.
use the devil mode.
I shall reforge the world in
Choose the zone to which you want to create an export. Exactly. I knew that the game is gonna force me to create a portal to the other side because I wanted to go to Grim Reaper. I have seen some other guys play this game and they always choose the event and are forced to go over here, although nobody has taken the portal because you can choose to pick this portal or not. For once, the tutorial leaves you to not use it. The portal won't become active until you complete the main activity. So I'm gonna do the combat instead of the event, and then I'm gonna use the portal just to showcase it. I mean, this is the tutorial, so it doesn't really matter. And I can also choose what I want. So this is either frontal attack, terror in 2 nights, or another skill. Let's get another skill. Actually, the shop's coming up. I don't know what this number 2 is over here. I don't know what... Oh, now I understand. Now I understand why you have to choose these before. Depending on what you choose, you get more or less enemies. So if I choose a skill, I will get 1 enemy encounter. If I choose money, I will get 2. So let's get the skill and 1 enemy encounter. Yeah, you see the symbol is of the enemy encounters. So this is just gonna be 1 enemy who just reinforces himself. The holder loses as many HP as they inflict. Wait, what? Fanaticism. The holder loses as many HP as they inflict. If they render a disciple vulnerable, they recuperate all their HP. Ah, okay, so he will lose HP as long as he's attacking me, but then in the end he's gonna take a lot of hits. Let's start bleeding him dry. Whoops. And whoops. And now he's bleeding for 4, and each bleed is gonna do 5. Oh, that's just duration. Okay, I thought bleed was stacking. So it's just a turn weakness. And, well, just do a simple strike then. And now he's gonna bleed for 5 to 8. We're just gonna buff. What a crazy buff. Did the bleed happen? What does this thing do? Provocation. Only this holder can get attacked. Oh no. Well, let's go for the big hit. So you got vulnerable. And now let's go for a dual hit, 3 to 5. And then because this is gonna happen twice, the one is gonna make him vulnerable and then the second one's gonna destroy him.
Such frail creatures.
Nice and clean, nice and quick. Okay.
Trinkets.
Let's actually I don't want the speed damage, so let's just get this another stabbing on Bloody Mary. They combined. Was there I think there was a arrow that I didn't see. First skill slot. And also a free skill. Another bleeding application, but this is forced to be done on the lowest health enemy. Fiance's Kiss. Inflict a bunch of damage. Recharge the depleted skill with the highest AP cost. Recharge your skill or apply bleed. Or just apply bleed. Because bleed is duration focused, I was thinking about not doing that. Wait. Does this, when this levels up, does it lose bleed? Well, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Let's go for the damage plus the bleed. Let's place it here. And let's use the portal. Because that's exactly why I did that flip-flop. And let's go to the shop to get my skill back. Maybe should have gone to the event first. Maybe we could have gotten gold souls out of that. The secret meeting hidden place for the models of the Chapel of Grim Reaper. Something else here. Numerous eye example the same. Okay, so we got our explosion back. Take nothing. Imagine. Let's get our explosion back. Can you upgrade something? You are selling the explosion again.
Don't make him wait.
Okay, first of all, do I have room? Can I check if I have room? Doesn't seem like it. I can send the explosion off to another level up and then buy the other explosion, but as far as I know, the tutorial's gonna end in a bit, so... Each time you sacrifice a skill, you earn 8 gold. Souls. Each time he uses his recharge, Dracula gains +2 damage for this turn per skill recharged. Okay, so I can use every skill on Dracula and then use this and become overpowered for a round. Dracula becomes vulnerable, apply 2 dodge to him. Dodge, evade the first loss of HP from a skill you use to target the holder charges. Yes, I like this. And I would also like this, 120. What else I'm gonna pick up? Apply to burn. Burn, each time the holder suffers damage, they also lose 2 HP. Charge one random skill while also applying sharpening for 3. This costs 3? Oh, it's all allies. Okay. I have this twice. Apply dodge. Max HP, but inflict self-damage. Is this permanent? Or is it for that fight? If it's for that fight, it's not really that good. If it's permanent, then it's extremely good. I can experiment with this. Should I experiment with this? To be honest, I can. Although this guy doesn't actually have room for more skills. So let's buy this that I actually want. And conclusion, steal 4 to 6 HP, steal 4 to 6 HP, but it's conclusion, use the skill ends the turn. Might as well, and I can use it last when the time arises. And let's level up. Oh, so by leveling up you can see who has rooms for what. I guess I can level this thing up. Like, who cares? Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Yeah, let's level it up. Although I'm never gonna see this come back again. Yep, there is no Grim Reaper in the way. And I cannot get this back. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Here is the options I was telling about. So if I go in with a Dracula, I will get +2 ruse, +1 physical damage, which is really nice, and +5 skip. Okay, who cares about max HP? You can see the stats over here. He gets 3 ruse, which is a event stat, and 10 max spiritual points, and she gets event stat, max health. I will go for physical damage plus less event stat.
At your service, master.
As they enter the isolated farm cemetery, the disciples notice something strange, a huge pile of corpses. As they come closer to examine the mystery, the gravedigger calls out to them. If you're coming to drop off a body, walk right back out and put the common grave. With the damp white plague ravaging the countryside, I don't have any spaces for any residents. And the worst part is that all these plague-infected bodies don't rot. There has to be some dark magic at work at some place. Or somewhere, I'm sure of it. Give anything to get rid of them. Well, the gravedigger isn't joking when he says the cemetery is full. There are more tombstones than there are trees for us. The graves are full, so small burials mountains. The pile of corpses include, hopefully everybody's okay with me dashing through the chat, this. The pile of corpses includes men and women, young and old. It seems the epidemic spares no one. They are all as pale as ghosts, as if they have been drained from all their blood. That's why it's called the White Plague. Okay, game. Dracula. Harvest the souls of the dead. Examine the curse more closely. Make a pact. Make a pact. The gravedigger is palatable. You offer to help him solve this problem in exchange for his soul. I'd sign all the pacts if you want, if you help me get rid of the corpses. It's as if his soul were already yours. The only thing left to do is fulfill your end of the bargain and empty the awaken the dead or summon grave robbers. Summon grave robbers? Awaken the dead. You know, I think most of the people choose the awaken the dead, so I will make the difference and summon grave robbers. Let's make it 100%. I want to see what happens.
My imagination.
The cemetery wall, Dracula carves a small discreet symbol well known to the underworld and indicates that the corpses inside are rich and easy to steal. Then either two, the grave robbers will have emptied the cemetery of occupants. Not only will the grave robbers problem be solved, but this contraband will also keep your enemy's attention directed away from you. Well, for what? Relieved that he doesn't have to deal with all those bodies, the grave robber signs your pact, thanks to his new servant, his soul of the dead who are buried in the cemetery will be added to your knight. 37 souls received. Terror effects appear in all the zones in the line, and depending on the type of zone they affect, each terror effect increases your terror gauge by 1 point. For each 4 points gained, you move up a notch in terror, increasing your chance to obtain a wicked skill and receive a relic. Okay. Upon arrival in this zone, you discover a trait for one of your disciples. And it's on that zone. Okay. Solemn Riddle is as pleasant for the mind as drinking fresh blood of the body. Reaction. Negative reaction? Maybe I should have done it for you. We've been in a much better place. +3 stealth reaction. +5 max health, +5 spiritual. -1 occultism. Reaction. So she's not happy. +2 ruse, +1 physical damage. And I also got the stats that we were gonna get. Let's continue with the fight. As you can see, this is... When you reach the next notch, chances to obtain a wicked level skill 1 chance out of 4 and discover 1 relic. Nice, so this is also important. There are a bunch of mechanics in this game that are important, it seems.
We'll learn what to spare.
There is that over there. Can I read it? There, upon arrival in the zone, you discover a trait. Let's go combat. This is actually never... Is this... Seems like this is gonna happen over there. 2 skills. Yeah, let's get 2 skills. I know there are 2 waves, but we should have this with my AoE explosion. Wait, I thought there were gonna be 2 rounds. Was it 2 enemies and not 2 rounds? I don't know. What do you do? Aegis reduces HP lost by 6 and reduces SP suffered by 6. Okay, she's gonna do 6 and 2, and she's also gonna do 6. I think I should go with On Guard, so he will tank everything and also take a lot less. Right. Now he should... Yeah, he's gonna take 6 because this is gonna do 2 and 2 and this is gonna do just 2. So now she can reduce this by 2, making him take 4 less. Yeah, exactly. I'm just testing things. It's not that I'm min-maxing right now. Mastery is not gonna work. Let's go for this. A bunch of damage and bleeding 3. On the least powerful enemy right now. I'm forced to see that she has take less damage from physical attacks. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's start attacking her. Let's debuff her. Yeah, and she's gonna take 4 to 10 on the start and another 4 to 10 at the end. So there's a high chance she's gonna go down. And we're gonna... Yeah, she took 4. And she's vulnerable, so she's pretty much toast. You can do your AoE. Where are you? You can do your AoE so that she goes down and she also gets hit for a track load. Ooh. Wow. And let's give the kill to Dracula. Eat her up. The heart has been removed. Don't think it matters who gets the kill.
Choose quickly.
Actually, in these games, that never matters. As far as I know, she does not have room for skills. But I sent a skill off, right? So maybe she has room for skills. There is no level up animation. Inflict 6 to 10 HP or 6 to 10 HP depending on whatever the adversary is weakest at. Focalization. This skill reduces the impending attacks by 2 per charge of bitterness. But is not wasting bitterness, I'm gonna assume. So this seems good. The focalization aspect. Let's take this. Okay, let's go back. Let's take this. 4 to 6, inflict. This is gonna inflict 6 to 10. This is gonna steal 4 to 6. Mirror Blade. I already have one of those, right? Yeah, I already have one of those. Let's try to stack skills whenever possible. And let's run off the sunset. Whoop. Here we opened. Upon arrival, the zone discovered. Yep, let me see. Stealth, scare, and physical damage. Nice.
Chaos.
That's another reason you should go for the multi-attacks whenever possible. Because you get damage. Okay, we get this.
There's nothing like
remove a negative effect. Remove the occultism from Bloody Mary. And let's continue. I could have taken the 20 life, so to speak, but We're on to the final fight, and I have seen what's happening here. You reach the boss of the book, all you have to do is defeat it. Yeah, just like read the red threads, there will never be secondary activities in the zone. A book will always end with a final combat, and each book has its own boss. Nice. The whole concept of books and stories, etc. is really nice.
I guide my disciples to
Look over here.
Helsing's lair. He is there, surrounded by his men. He is waiting for us. The news of my return does not seem to have shaken him. And so battle is engaged.
Battle is engaged. Okay, I know, yeah. Van Helsing over here with his...
Suffer an eternity of torment, mortal.
Mortal. Okay, because this is an instant loss, I will just do my tactics. Just for funsies.
Reality is but a toy.
2.5k to remove Van Helsing from the board. That's not happening. Let's remove the other two. And then lose. Boom. Damage all. I remove 2. Now we go with take 28, 28, and she's gonna go down and make us lose the game, but it really doesn't matter. Here, reduces damage by 2. She is still gonna take 24. And yeah, that's gonna be a loss. I don't know why I'm wasting time. I just wanna do one more strike on him. And let's end it. Boom, boom, boom. Double vulnerable. And now the next attack is gonna do 220 to everybody, so I'm not gonna even attempt to maybe survive this. Decompose him for the funsies. I don't know. Give her vampirism. Really doesn't matter. And haste replaced. Oh no, her haste got replaced. Well, at least the skill had haste. So now he will do less damage to us. And it's done. Boom, 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 boom. Instant 0. Up, he dodged. He dodged one attack. Good to know.
My disciples are defeated. Van Helsing brushed them aside with the swipe of a hand. What a humiliation. The growing influence of the Sanctuary Lumen has sapped my strength. I order my disciples to retreat towards a location from where we shall launch a different kind of attack.
Okay. So that's the story of the tutorial. Oh, is there more? I felt like the enemies were cheating.
My collection.
My Night Kiss, a new ability for Dracula, I'm gonna assume. My Night Kiss, I am speed. The skill refills at the beginning of each turn. Oh, nice. That's a good that's a nice concept. So you can use this every single turn, although it's just an SP skill. The Devil's Lair. So I'm seeing future for this game for sure, whenever we get more disciples, because right now, first of all, I really like that this is like cut off on his head part. And I really find there is things to be done in this game. Maybe right now you cannot really go into an SP run, although there are some SP skills, but I would not go into an SP run if need be, if possible. Let's see what's happening here. I will not go into the run. Enemies are still at the same difficulty.
The Claw of Girion.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that on the next run. So I have seen that the game is pretty short because it's a closed beta demo, but I will complete it. I will do some more runs on this. I guess one run if we are successful enough, and yeah, try to finish it right away. Hopefully we're lucky enough, and even more hopefully the game gets more patches or whatever, and gets maybe 1 or 2 heroes and a campaign. But anyway, I will analyze that at the end of the next run. I would like to get some info on the sounds. Is the sound okay? Is it a bit too loud? Is it a bit too silent? I don't know. I would like really to get info on that, so feedback is really appreciated on that particular aspect of this run, so that I can set everything up a bit better for the next run. Yeah, that's gonna be it pretty much though. So if you like the video, drop a like, help out the channel, and yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, and see you guys around.